guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Randi and we are playing some more Wright Justice for All. Sorry, I am trying to figure out my court situation. Cable management is a nightmare for me. Anyways, last time we picked up probably the shittiest, potentially, client that we've had so far. Let's just say the circus is a mess. Good morning, Max.
Max?
Milk.
What?
If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Country boy at heart.
Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you'll have to do is sit down.
I guess.
Nick, Max is really nervous.
That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? How many times did this child get whacked upside the head as a baby? Like, just asking. This is like Max is considered guilty after all this, isn't he? And like, this is the preempt for Hisoka. Like, I'm just asking. Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. How many fucking delusional pills is this man on? No. We can't be having you fly around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone.
Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay.
Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I've already come to the conclusion. I think this is going to be my very least favorite trial so far. I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side.
Max, really? No one needs to fly today. Nick? What's with that look in your eyes?
I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Oh. Look at little Phoenix trying to be like,
I could be a flying lawyer.
You know he said that once, and then Edgeworth was just like, idiot, lawyers don't fly. And now, the case of one. What? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So, well, is it the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he often does go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. Sounds more friendly. I wonder if that's to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Wright. Huh? And that spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. Yeah, this girl gatekeep girl boss gaslights her way to the top. Gaslight, yeah. You know she does. But we're fine with that here. We are here for women's rights and wrongs. Did not count, you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. That was 6 months ago, girly pop. You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it's not in the nature of Von Karma to lose at anything. Okay, just because your dad was fucking psychotic son of egomaniac. That does not have to come down to you. Although, like, there are so many questions I could ask about this, but I do just love Francisca. AS being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. We do have a lot of things that put Max as guilty. Like, a lot. The only thing that we have is the fact that Trillo kind of seems to be like, what's his face's, oh god, Bob? No, Bill. Like his alter ego? So maybe it was him? Considering everyone else also hated Max, they're probably like, let's get rid of him. Just a guess. What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge! And it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There, opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap this waste of time. Very well, you may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. And Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up here, now. I really cannot get a handle on Von Karma's voice. I'm sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Do they not get paid when they have to take the stand? Like, I don't know. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, Detective. You may proceed with your testimony. Okay. Night of the crime show. Snow was falling until 9:40. Extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their performance. Their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this as evidence. Blunt object. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. We don't have anything that necessarily contradicts any of this. We have the ring, we have... Like, we don't have motive, we also don't have what did it, because it's like the hat, the cape, and the flowers, I think, were the things. Gather, practicing, routine. Because we don't know what the wooden... A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. Because it's still locked, so I guess they haven't... Did they break in? Do you mind telling us what was inside the box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. So a 20-pound I'm sorry, that looks like cocaine. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There's only one little bottle in that huge box. I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. Cause of death was... According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak.
Okay, I think it's just an American thing, but it's like very much the thing. Oh wait, no, it's no body. So even if you don't, if you don't have what the object is, then you can't prove that anyone had it in theory, right? Like, cause like if someone's shot with a gun, usually you can kind of trace it back a little bit, knife, you know, analysis and all that. But if you don't have the weapon, you don't really have any way to tie someone to it, right? The theory is that it was something the perpetrator ran off with.
You would think so, especially if you didn't find it on the scene.
No, I bet he made it disappear with magic, haha. There wasn't much that we could go after Gumshoe with this time.
He gave us the facts as he saw them. There's gotta be more to this.
I didn't see anything. But that's why you're the lawyer and I'm the medium.
What are we missing?
Because we don't have anything to prove stuff.
After practice was over, where did everyone head off to?
Regina was playing with Regent. Mo went back to his room, she's tired from work. Ben, the ventriloquist, went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately.
Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you?
Seems they were negotiating Max's salary.
Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage.
Which might be for Japan, it'd be not as terrible as it would be in the States, but that's weird that they didn't fix that in a localization. Like, they fixed the car from last time, but they didn't change the fact that Regina's 16, Max is 21, Ben/Trello is, like, almost 30, right? Where's Ben? Yeah, Ben's 31. Just push this.
I'd like for you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15.
Okay. Not a problem, pal. I got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Ow!
This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you please mind telling us how the victim met his end?
There has to be something we're missing.
Okay, so we have to press everything, because we literally have nothing. Let me ask you about the snow.
It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime.
Did it pile up?
It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. Snow froze in place and it stayed on the ground until the next day.
Snow, let me see. There's gotta be more to this.
What's the matter, Nick?
I need to take a look at the court record.
Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event for now.
I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoes in this case.
You mean, all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper?
Now that we have wrapped up with that detective, I'd like to call my next witness.
I'm not even off the stand yet.
Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint.
I don't know, but wrapped up is such a mean sound to it. A sensitive guy.
Is Gumshoe gonna be our last one instead of Francesca? It'd be interesting. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down.
Miss Von Carmo, call your next witness.
I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. Wait, is Trillo gonna take the stand as a separate person from Ben? Is that the shenanigans we're hitting on? Francesca?
I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well.
I'm glad it's not separate. I don't understand how she's willing to deal with these shenanigans. Like, I just imagine her taking Trillo and just breaking him in half. Please state your name and occupation for the record.
Full name is Trillo Quist. I'm employed as operatic tenor.
Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song.
Please don't. No. I don't understand how Francesca is dealing with this shit.
Had a good rhythm.
It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trillo, you know better than to insult the judge.
Shut up. Just look at your nose. You think you'd have the sense to fix it. So ugly, I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know what your nose has reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is!
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this. Oh, boy.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony. You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed.
I'm sure Francesca also was just like, I need to down a whole bottle at this point. Like, as soon as she was done talking to this guy, she was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my German root. Actually, are Germans known for drinking a lot? I don't know. But I just imagine she's just like, glass? Which glass should I take? Nope. Bottle. Oh boy. Once practice was over, I left stage with Stooge, I mean Clown. Once we got to the Logic House, I ditched him, went back to the plaza's entrance. Hold on, so he went... Where's our map? So he went from Moe's room to the front, which would have put him through the murder scene. And that's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. Why does he have, like, noticeably womanly lips? Like, they're drawn, like, woman, like, this is the same thing as the Steel Samurai, where it's like someone else is, like, literally dressed up as the dude, but this isn't, like, a worse version of it. There's only one headed that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Because it wouldn't be hard to, like, fake looking like him. And the police showed up, took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene? You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on a silk hat, cloak, and that dumb white rose is on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, Jess Boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why's that? Here's absolute proof. The fact the hat was at the scene does not mean it's it, because there can be multiple hats. Silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there'd be no reason for the hat to be at the crime scene. To frame him! Huh. Well done, Miss Von Garma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. Okay. I'm gonna press this, because why the plaza's entrance? It is some thinking, of course. It's awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a nice better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. And I saw Max. He was the only one headed that way. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trillo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There's only one person headed that way that night. It makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? There's no proof it was Max. It's a bit strange, don't you think? That's strange. That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright?
Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen?
Oh yeah, because he had to have gone out that way.
That's the victim. That's correct. Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza. He should have seen the ringmaster as well.
Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out.
What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room.
Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime?
I see.
It seems at this stage I have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. There are clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right.
A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trillo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he?
Well, Max is part of the bitter love triangle with Regina. The fact that that exists. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head.
Nick, was it Ben the one who got cocked over the head?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Okay. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose it would have been around... Hey, what time is it?
Huh? I think it was around, I'd say, a bit after 10:30, I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around a lodging house the entire time. I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in the weather. Well, the truth is...
Oh, you shut up, you big-nosed dope. Why are you telling him anything extra? How could you believe that we just stand outside in that weather?
Dude, if there is snow on the ground, do not expect me to be out there any extra time. Well, maybe you were waiting for someone.
What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix is right. We can all do without your offhanded theories.
But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something.
Mr. Wright, who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night?
Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken?
Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it.
Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime.
However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the scene. Ow!
There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Bane? Don't volunteer things. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance of the lodging house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think the humans have monopoly on marriage?
Oh boy.
The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. I do fully agree with Von Karma in this statement. We now have to waste time about the fact that a puppet is proposing to a 16-year-old. Don't be surprised I was going to propose. I even had something to give to her. Kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose to give it to her. Of course, I also had this in my pocket that night. It's a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. And that is a lie because we have it. You were going to propose, you, a puppet. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I... We're gonna skip that line. How? If they localize certain things, they did not pick up on others. Or does, like, no one ever pay attention to this one? I'm so confused.
His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now.
I feel like I need to bleach my eyes. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. Oh, that sigh at the end. I wouldn't want to talk about this either, Maya. I'm just saying. Okay, don't care about that. Even had something to get. Let's see what he says.
What was it exactly that you were planning on giving her?
You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty.
Answer his question. What is it?
You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring.
Engagement ring? Well, those two nearly fell out of their chairs.
I would too. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here.
Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing would probably shut someone up for a long time.
I'm pretty sure we could just push on.
Maybe it's something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a human being.
I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring, I'd like to stick to the facts, not sociology. I sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe.
So now... Whose pocket was the ring in?
Mine, of course. That's a stupid question. You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben can pull that off?
I'm sorry. Really.
You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Where's that cheap-ass ring?
Trillo, do you mind if I show you something?
What is it? What are you talking about?
Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. You recognize this ring?
That's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief!
Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket.
Which one think the monkey tampered with evidence?
Why then do I have it right here?
What is going on here? That's... Ben, say something! Don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo.
I found this in Money's room.
Money's room? You mean a room they put money? Like a bank vault? That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoid slandering innocent fiats in my court.
Well, Your Honor, Money is really a monkey. In every sense of the word.
Ah, I see. Well then,
Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up.
Shiny things?
Trillo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night of the crime.
What did you just say?
Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring it could have been taken around that time.
Okay, I genuinely thought the monkey was in the courtroom, and I got very confused. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the crime.
It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing, not I, Mr. Trilloquist.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring, snatching monkey money.
But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you?
It's all this slow, lopey fool called Ben's fault. I was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point.
Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? If he ran off to get the ring,
he wasn't standing there the entire time. There was a huge contradiction with this witness's testimony.
Contradiction?
The witness just testified to a following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated he chased after Monkey the Money. Money the Monkey. It's fun. When the witness was chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours?
I'm saying that there's no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene.
Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that someone slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist?
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, that doesn't change the fact he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max.
Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night. Heh, I told you so many times. You'd think you'd know my story's not changing.
You've already changed your story, stick boy. And I'm sure it will change some more.
And there's one lie, there are usually many more behind it.
Exactly, Maya. That's exactly why we have to keep after him.
Yeah. Okay, that doesn't change. I saw Max in Plaza. He showed up after I've been waiting for about 5 minutes. That would have been about 10:05ish. Good evening. He didn't acknowledge my presence. Why would you have even done that if you y'all literally got in a fight? Like, he literally smashed a bottle over your head. Absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica. I couldn't mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
And Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him.
Well, that was until you came back to where you were waiting. Well, let's see. I'd say about,
I suppose, 5 minutes, I think?
So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. So you testified you said good evening to Max that night.
That's the joy of asking your incredibly obvious question. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obviously someone would say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trillo. You said good evening at night.
I'm sorry, Trillo.
Mr. Quest, I'd prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom. Impossible. A performance lives and breathes as a performance. You should know better.
There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony.
There is.
He literally changed it up. Isn't that a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why'd you bother being nice to him? Strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers?
Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I'd understand. It hurt.
Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school.
There's no reason Trillo would ever say something nice to Max.
He doesn't even say anything nice to Ben.
How do I go proving that with the evidence?
Bluffing is everything in this world. And I'm sure you already learned that one.
I guess I could give it a shot.
The witness will resume his testimony.
Those three ridiculous symbols, huh?
Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much.
Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you?
But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere.
I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick?
All we can do is try, right, Nick? You gotta have something that'll prove useful.
Alright, time to go to work.
Okay. Why would he be nice after he literally smashed a bottle of? Like, why would you be nice to a guy? I think we can... Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure this was the right one.
Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder?
A fight?
A fight over Regina, to be exact.
Wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't just an argument. A disagreement at most.
A disagreement doesn't usually end with someone getting clonked over the head. And that morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he?
What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first.
The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way this puppet, this Lou, would just up and say good evening to his rival.
Objection! Are you saying that the witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just... That's enough from me, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? He would have seen someone else.
It's my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to.
What kind of theory is that?
The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe that the person the witness saw was Max at all.
What?
If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all, which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That's why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it.
What in the world? You... would the defendant kindly explain who it was that Trillo saw that evening, then? I am using the walkthrough for that one. Considering the old temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet. Must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's like... Can we stop?
No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah. I suppose you got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. And that's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist.
Order! How do you respond to this? Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. There's like a foot of difference. Foot height difference. I think it's high time we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols.
3 symbols?
Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Ow! Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me.
There has to be fan art of that somewhere. But, like, granted, like, how much this has been, like, all over the place, I don't know if anyone's like, this is my favorite part. That would just be funny. What was that?
Well, the witness had endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry.
They're not the same height. What? Miss Von Karma, you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, if that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
Yes, I think we finally won a point in this one.
And that is very unfortunate.
Huh?
You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right?
What do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but... who that person was can only be answered by my next witness.
Huh?
Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question and evidence it clearly establishes one thing, that there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. And that's going to be the end of this episode. God. This entire, one is just going to be I think, sheer shenanigans all the way down. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time for the rest of the trial. Bye.